Hello and welcome to the e-learning class of Balughat Mahila Mahavidyalaya. We have already started the e-learning program for the students, where students can directly download the PDF form of the materials that have been uploaded in the website. And this is a YouTube channel for Balughat Mahila Mahavidyalaya. Today, for my topic for today's discussion is for BSc third year students, Botany Honours, Paper 7, Group B, Genetics. Under Genetics, we will be discussing about 3-point test cross. Now, first let us understand what is test cross. Test cross is nothing but it is a cross between F1 progeny and a recessive homozygote. So here the purpose of test cross is so many times to find out the genotype of the F1 generation or any generation that we are crossing it with. But here the 3-point means we are taking 3 genetic alleles crossed with a recessive parent. So since 1, 2, 3, there are 3 genes, that is why it is known as 3-point test cross. Now in any of the problem, you will be given this type of data, the phenotypic class and the frequencies, and different type of numbers will be there, and according to this number you will have to find out certain things about this particular gene. Number one, what we have to find out is the correct gene order. Correct gene order. Now, what do we mean by correct gene order? The gene sequence, the gene order that has been given to us is A, B, C. This cannot be the correct gene order. This gene order may be BAC or CAB, anything can be the gene order. So we have to find out the correct gene order with the help of this data. For this, what we will do? We will see the data and we will try and find out what is exactly there. First of all, we have to locate where the maximum number of frequencies are there. Maximum number of frequencies is here in case of capital A, capital B, capital C, small a, small b, small c. So these type of frequencies where it is maximum from all these numbers, these are known as parental types. We have designated as P1 and P2. Parental type means there is no any change during the formation of the gamete. Now secondly, what we see, lowest gene number, lowest frequency. Lowest frequency is here and here. These are double crossover. Double crossovers 1 and 2. Double crossover 1, double crossover 2. And rest of these are single crossovers. Okay? We are going to come to this later. For this particular problem, to find the correct gene order, we have to see parental and double crossover. Let us compare P1, that is A, B, C. We are not taking the frequencies now, and DCO1, that is DCO1 is small a, small, capital B, capital C. In another instance, P2, parental 2, that is small a, small b, small c, and DCO2. DCO2 is here, capital A, small b, and small c. Okay. So in all these cases, when you compare all the sequences, you see B and B is common, capital C is common, small b common, small c is common. But this particular A and A is uncommon. Capital A, small a, capital A. So as a rule of thumb, this particular uncommon gene will always occupy the central place, and rest of the genes will be on the either side. So here it is A, B, A and C. It also can be C, A, B or small c, small a and small b. So for our experience, for our problem, we are going to take this particular as a correct gene order. Okay. Now our correct gene order is B, A and C. Now let us rearrange this data. B, A, C is 230. B, A, C is 240. Okay. Then B, A and C is 12. B, A, C is 8. Here also let us rearrange these single crossovers. B, A and small c is 96. B, capital A and capital C is 104. B, capital A and small c is 138. And B, A and capital C is 142. So this is how the correct gene sequence order and the respective frequencies are written. Now let us go to another problem. Now let us see actually what has happened here. We know that we have been given a heterozygous parent. Let us write the correct gene order, okay? B, A, C and B, A, C. Mind you, this is the condition before the crossing over or before the meiosis has taken place. When there is no change, in case of case 1, this is case 1 and there is no change or no your recombination, we get the gametes BAC, BAC. Okay, so parental one is 470. Parental. Okay, now let us go to case 2. What has happened actually? In case number 2, we have a first crossing here, that is from B to A. Now as a result, what has happened? There will be capital B, small a, small c and small b, capital A, capital C, B, A, C. These are known as single cross overs. Okay, let us write it as single cross over 1 gametes. So these are gametes that will participate in further production of these type of progenies. Okay, and BAC is capital BAC is 96 and this is 104. The total is 200. So let us designate these as single cross over 1 and it is 200. Let us now go to case number 3. Case number 3, what has happened? Case number 3, the crossing over takes place between A and C. A and C. Okay. Now here C, A, B, A and C. B, A and small c, mind you. And this is B, A and capital C. B, A and small c will be, B and small c will be 138. And this will be 142 here, single cross over 2 and total is 280. The altogether total of all these genes, frequencies is 970. Case number 4, B, A, C, B, A, C. Case number 4 is a case of double crossover, that means here and here. Okay, so as a result, the gametes will be BAC, BA capital C, BA small c, small b, capital A, small c, and here it is zigzag like this, okay, zigzag. And BAC is 12 and this is 8, that is 20. So double crossover is, total double crossovers are 20. Now another problem what you have to find out here, solve, is finding out the recombination frequency percentage. Okay, what is the percentage of recombination frequency? Number one, recombination frequency percentage between your B to A, that is represented by single crossover 1, is equal to total of single crossover 1 divided by total frequency into 100, which is going to be, total of single crossover is 200 divided by 970 into 100. That will come around your 20.61%. Okay, so this is single crossover 1. Now like that only, between A to C will be single crossover 2. So by putting in the formula, total of single crossover 2 divided by total frequency into 100 will give you 280 divided by 970 into 100, which is equal to 28.86%. Okay, this is how recombination frequency for single crossover 2 is found out. Now recombination frequency of a double crossover, okay, for double crossover equals to, double crossover is total double crossover divided by total frequency into 100, that is equal to 20 divided by 970 into 100, which is equal to 2.06%. Recombination frequency percentage for all this type of combination. Okay, for parental there is no need of frequencies, recombination frequency, because there is no recombination. For double crossing over 2.06, single crossover 1, that is between your B to A is 20.61 and between A to C is your 28.86. This data is very important for another your problem, that is number 3, map distance or linkage map. Now we know the gene order. Gene order is B to A to C. Let us write it like this: B to A to C. This is the correct gene order that we have. Now we have to find the distance between B to A and A to C. The map distance is actually measured in terms of centimorgan, map unit, or simply percentage. That you should all remember. Centimorgan, map unit, or percentage. We are going to use centimorgan. Now, for map distance between B to A, map distance between B to A is, you remember B to A is represented by single crossover 1, that is recombination frequency of single crossover 1 plus recombination frequency of double crossover, that is equals to, single crossover is 20.61 plus 2.06, that is roughly equals to 22.86%. 6 and 7 centimorgan. So it is represented by 22.67. So we are going to write here 22.67 centimorgan. Now between A to C, map distance between A to C. A to C. Similarly, like this, recombination frequency of single crossover 2 and plus double crossover, that is recombination frequency, okay? That is equals to 28.86 plus 2.06, which is equal to 30.92 centimorgan. Okay, so this is how it should come, and here we write it 30.92 centimorgan, and we can do it total also, which will somewhere come around 53.59 centimorgan. So this is how test cross data is used to find out the recombination frequencies. Recombination frequency is again used to find out the map distance. Now, coefficient of coincidence is represented by capital C, and the formula for this one is observed percentage of double crossover divided by expected percentage of double crossover. Now here one of the interesting thing is, we know what is the observed double crossover because we got the frequency table. We know this is the 2.06 is the observed percentage of DCO, but we do not know what is the expected DCO. So for expected DCO, we have a formula, that is recombination frequency of single crossover 1 divided by 100 and bracket and multiplied by recombination frequency of single crossover 2 divided by 100. So this is the formula for getting expected DCO ratio. Okay, so when we put all this in formula, what we get is 220.61 divided by 100 and 28.86 divided by 100. So simplify this particular thing, we will get 0.0595. So since we have to put this number in percentage into 100, we will get 5.95 percentage. So the expected DCO and observed DCO we got. The observed DCO is 2.06, expected DCO is 5.95, which will be equal to 0.346. Now 0.346 is the coefficient of coincidence. Why is this value so very important is for another reason, what I am going to tell you. Now we are going to calculate the interference. Interference represented by I. Interference is equal to 1 minus C, which is equal to 1 minus 0.346 equals to 0.654. Now 0.654 is a very interesting data. Interference is 0.654. That means interference is more than 0, which is actually the interference actually explains why there is a variation in this type of data. Interference is greater than 0 means their crossover in one chromosome has inhibited crossover in next chromosome. Okay, so whenever the interference is more than 0, it means after one particular crossing over, it has further inhibited the crossing over in another chromosome. Interference is equal to 0, then no change. If interference is less than 0, then no inhibition. Inhibition, no change, no inhibition. So this is how 3-point test cross is actually used to find the correct gene order of a particular gene. We also have to find out the recombination frequencies percentage. We also can find out the linkage map, which is very important, that whenever a gene is there, a gene pair or a triplet is there, we can find out the distances between the gene. This is a probable distance between the gene represented in centimorgan. We can also find whether there is an interference, a positive interference or a negative interference in a given population. I hope you liked my class, and I would also like you all to download the material that has been already uploaded in balughatmmb.com under the subheading Botany 3rd year. Thank you for watching.